Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Learnings with me, Ben Ibrahim. Thank you for being with us. And today we're going over the sea to talk to South African celebrity entrepreneur, Rachel Kolisi. Rachel, how are you and how's things over there in South Africa?
So great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm absolutely honored. My husband and I specifically got to launch our foundation during COVID. I think South Africa, as the rest of the world, has really taken a hit economically. We miss our tourists and are very keen on welcoming them back very soon. But yeah, I think all over the world there's pros and cons to COVID, and I think that we've just got to navigate that, through it personally and get through it together.
You've mentioned the word foundation. Congratulations on launching your foundation. Tell us about it.
We started our foundation with no logo, no website, no team. And we just got going because we knew that we had a heart for community. We knew that we wanted to really make a difference. And that means just getting to work. So we now have the most phenomenal team and are managing to get the most incredible amounts of work done, and incredibly grateful for what we've been able to do so far. We were able to travel all around South Africa and see some of the biggest issues, and the 100,000 families that we committed to for 3 months. So it wasn't just a one-stop shop. And on top of that, I actually just came from a meeting at a community garden to see how they've set up their system and what they're doing with that garden, but to figure out ways that we can make food security more sustainable in a lot of the communities. And then, of course, in South Africa, gender-based violence is a huge issue, and there's never been a bigger issue, and it's never been worse than during this COVID season. And so we really just wanted to tackle gender-based violence in this country and really play our part in that as well. And we've been able to do so much along those lines as well. But yeah, just every day we have new projects. We're not slowing down. We have a slogan, remember the one by one. And that's something that we always hold close to our hearts, to always remember that, as long as you're impacting one life, you never know what that one life and how they can impact, others going forward. So it never has to be a massive project. It just needs to make a difference, whatever we do.
What is the Rachel Kolisi mantra or philosophy as a mother, as a human being, on that for you and your family?
That's a great question, and I think that if anyone can answer that and nail that, can you just let me know and ask them to write a book so that we can just copy whatever they're doing.
Okay.
But yes, I do have I've got 4 children. So we adopted our older 2 children. They are, Liam is 18, Lipelo is 13, Nicholas is 6, and little Kizzy is about to turn 3 years old. So I've got like the teenage mood swings, and I've got like the toddler tantrums that come with all the goodness. So yes, it's absolutely challenging. I maybe overlooked how difficult it was going to be to run a business with a husband that regularly travels, be very much a part of a foundation, and trying to, be on top of 4 children's lives as well. It's not a joke, and it's not for the faint-hearted, but I just believe that, like, the Lord has given me so much capacity for this, and that I am able to just push through the next couple of years. And I really want to work hard. I want to do good. I want to work hard. I want to set up a good future for my children one day. I want my children to be inspired by what I do on a day-to-day basis. And that means I need to set an example. I think as far as, being a mom is concerned and some kind of mantra, I think the best advice I can give is just wing it. Like, don't overthink it too much, because the thing is, like, honestly, you can go crazy, because as a woman, you feel guilty for not working. You feel guilty for being at home all day with your children. You're not helping bring in an income into the family, and you feel guilty for working and spending less time with your children. So you're not going to win. As a woman, you will never win. So it's almost finding just a balance that you can manage, being a mom and a work. So every day I work, right? But then I always have a couple of hours in the evening when all my children are home. I'll pack my phone away and make sure that they have my full undivided attention, to make sure that they are a priority to me. And I think as a parent as well, is honestly, if you just show up for your kids, show up to their prize giving, show up to the, their school activities that they have, show up to their birthdays, their birthday parties, the special moments in their lives. I think if you can show them that they are a priority to you, sometimes sacrificing a work commitment or something, then that needs to happen. But I've always been extremely independent, and there was a stage when I did depend on Sia, and I just didn't enjoy that stage at all. So I always knew that I wanted to take care of my own, and pay my own bills, and that's not to knock any woman that it's not possible or does it a different way. That's absolutely not to. But going back to, again, you're not going to get it right. So I am a white woman married to a black man in South Africa who is a very well-known sportsman. So automatically then, to a lot of people, I become a gold digger, because why then, why would a white woman marry a black man in this country? I'm then considered a gold digger by some people. And then, to others, it's something else. So that you're not going to win. And then I'll be working and they'll be like, yeah, but why is she not taking care of her children? And why is she working when her husband's traveling all the time? So, I'm not going to win. But that's where, I'll always come back to the fact that you have to, as a human being, you have to figure out what's right for you, what you have capacity for, and just go with that. Because, and especially being in the public eye, you're never going to get it right with everybody. You're never going to satisfy everybody's, desires and needs and ideas, because of course we're all unique in the way that we think. So I do what's right for me, and I do what's right for my family, and everybody else's opinions, that's all it is. It's everybody else's opinions. And I think that it's just important that we separate the two.
For those of you out there who are unaware, Rachel's husband is a very popular rugby player in South Africa, Kolisi, the captain of the World Cup winning South African team. They won the Rugby World Cup in Japan. Now, Rachel, a lot of our viewers on Sunday Learnings, and a lot of them are not sports people, so I'm just telling that for their purpose. But some of them are mad rugby fans, and they would be loving this question as well. But the question I'm about to ask, because I don't know him personally. One day hopefully get to meet him and have a cup of coffee with him and chat rugby stories. But Sia did say that in various articles and videos and whatnot after the World Cup, and also in the lead up to the final, he's just said, look, it's really true that behind a man who is trying to be successful is someone who's going the distance with them. And he was talking about you. So, and everybody, it's almost like a cliche statement with behind every successful man is a successful woman. But in your opinion, and strictly your opinion, the Kolisi family opinion, what does that mean? How did it work? How did it happen? How did you two tango to win the Rugby World Cup?
Absolutely. And even that statement in itself, I'm like, that needs to change, because why must the woman be standing behind the man? Why can't we standing next to him, But I just think, like, if you think about being a father, right, that's a huge responsibility. And he travels all over the world, majority of the year he travels. And he doesn't take care of, where the kids go to school. He doesn't take care of homework. He doesn't take care of dinner every night. He doesn't take care of bath time every night. He doesn't take care of, the crying when they miss him. I do that. So the thing is, when people bash me and they're like, yeah, well, you're only a, public figure and celebrity and stuff because of who you married. I'm like, no, because I also put in the work. And the thing is that, without what a woman in a sporting, being married to a sportsman, without the work that a woman puts in, it's not possible. It's not possible for the men to be as successful as they potentially could be. So I think, yeah, he honors me, and I'm so grateful for that. And I truly believe that every, sportsman or woman who's got a husband back at home, but any sportsman or woman who make it, always acknowledge the fact that it was at somebody's expense. At some stage I had to give up my dreams, I had to give up my career, to make sure that he could then succeed and follow through with his, that absolutely deserves some recognition, because the days of women just kind of being passed over and sitting in a box, and you just sit and support your husband like a good, quiet little wife, you do that. Those days are over. Women have a voice, and we've always had a voice, but women are finding their voices and finding their way in life. And yeah, I love that he honors that. And I hope that it inspires many other men. Whether you're a sportsman or a successful businessman, someone is at home taking care of, the homestead and taking care of the kids. So I think that it's important to remember that it's not a one-man job. It's really a partnership.
What's your sharing that you can share with people from all over the world? Because you're a public figure, and people expect certain things out of you. I mean, they expect you to smile 24/7. They expect you to do this. They expect you to do that. But you're human. And I mean, like you said, in social media, you never win.
Yeah.
So, and to say it doesn't affect you is utter rubbish, because it will affect you subconsciously. So how did Rachel find a way to block that out and just get on as business as usual?
When I started out and, started to create a platform for myself, like, I really would take a hit as far as people's comments and people's opinions of me were concerned. And I really was so sensitive to it. There is an element of growing thick skin, but there's also an element of finding your identity in something. Because the thing is, if we all have moments of insecurity, but the thing is, if you haven't found your identity as a person in something, for me, my identity lies in my faith. So I'm a Christian. I was raised a Christian, and I just love Jesus with all my heart. But that's where I find my identity. Whatever that looks like for you, is completely fine. But for me, I find my identity in what my Lord says about me, and not in what the opinions of others have to say about me. And I get myself in a lot of trouble because of it, because I literally don't care what other people's opinions are of me, and also this is also where it's important to make sure that you have a very good group of friends around you, to make sure that they are holding you accountable. So I have what I call a table. I don't have a lot of friends. Honestly, I have like very few friends, but I love it so much, because when I'm going through something really difficult, I go to my table and I'm like, guys, this is what's going on. And, if I've caused a stir on social media or whatever, my friends will come and say, listen, either that was great, awesome, well done, or they'll be like, we think you could have changed this here, worded this a bit better, managed this a bit better. And I respect my friends so much, because I've been journeying with them through the good times and through the bad. So I think it's important that people that you surround yourself with, they say, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. It's a real thing. And I think that, we can't take that lightly. It's something we need to take very seriously. And as adults, I think sometimes we think we've got it all together, but sometimes, I've seen some adults, I'm like, whew, you need some new friends. But definitely the people around me. So where I find my identity, the people around me, and just also realizing that everybody's entitled to their own opinions, right? Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and social media allows for people to, give their opinions very directly. But also on social media, that's where I try to be very intentional about what I post. So I never want a woman to look at my page and be like, wow, I wish I had a body like her. I wish I baked, biscuits for her kids every day like that, or had it all together, because I don't have it all together. I absolutely don't. And I think that social media has become this space where, people are selling lifestyles that are lies. We all dealing with emotional baggage. We all dealing with struggles on a daily basis, but nobody posts their failures, right? Everyone's just posting all the great stuff. So that's where I try to be a little bit more intentional about not posting all the glam and like the great things and stuff, but really posting some of the real like struggles that I deal with. And I would love to see more of that on social media, less of this, you know, this fake unrealistic lifestyle, and just more of what it's actually like for a person. So each to their own, everyone's got their opinions, but yeah, it's in my, the ball's in my court at the end of the day about how I feel about what everybody else is saying. And I can only commend the fact that my identity is somewhere else, and I don't find it in the opinions of people.
Well, you have fulfilled us today with much, much great content and inspiration. So thank you, Rachel, for being you, natural, upfront, and you are really an inspiration to a lot of people out there. Rachel, on behalf of the audience of Sunday Learnings, thank you so much for your time. All the best with your foundation. We'll be in touch in terms of, and anytime you want to tell a good story about entrepreneurship and in terms of leadership, I'd be more than happy to welcome you back on board Sunday Learnings. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Ben. Thank you so much.
Spaghetti and the marshmallows.